Raiders Nation, we've got a lot to talk about today, and things are heating up as we approach this crucial Monday Night Football matchup. The Las Vegas Raiders are currently sitting at 2 wins and 7 losses, facing off against a Dallas Cowboys squad that is not much better at 3-6. Both teams are struggling this season, but that does not take away from the passion of the fans. Raider Nation, you know what I mean? No matter the record, we are behind our team, and that kind of loyalty is something you just cannot measure. It has been a roller coaster of seasons so far, and after a rough couple of weeks, the hope for a big win is what keeps all of us going. Even if things have been frustrating, a victory tomorrow night could lift the energy for the rest of the season. But of course, we have to err on the field. Every player has to step up, and every drive matters. Let's talk about some of the recent updates and news surrounding the team. There's some promising news for the offensive line as the Raiders are expecting left tackle Cotton Miller to make a return before the end of the season. Miller has been sidelined since Week 4 with a high ankle sprain and a hairline fracture, last seen walking with a boot on his injured foot. Head coach Pete Carroll has stated that Miller is still on track to finish the season, and that could make a big difference for this team. The offensive line has been hit hard with injuries, especially with JBJ being sidelined, possibly for the remainder of the season. The Raiders need every bit of help they can get up front, and having a healthy Cotton Miller back at left tackle could provide the stability and protection that the quarterbacks desperately need. Even though this season has been far from ideal, and the team has not been competitive enough week after week, the Raiders continue to push forward, competing in every game and showing flashes of promise that can be built on. One player returning to his position could ignite that spark and provide a much-needed boost for the offense. Moving over to some off-field chatter, former Raiders quarterback Jack Jones recently made headlines after the Dolphins went over the Commanders. After sealing the victory with an interception, Jones took to social media, throwing shots at his former team, suggesting that the Raiders should have kept him around. Now, while it is easy to roll your eyes at this kind of talk, it is a reminder of how much attention Raiders Nation draws, even from former players. Jones had moments of brilliance while with the team, especially when it came to creating turnovers and making key plays, even if he wasn't perfect. But now, he's with another squad, and the Raiders are focused on the present. It is a testament to the competitive spirit of this franchise that even former players still feel the need to comment on how things are run. At the end of the day, though, the past is past, and the focus now is squarely on how the current roster can come together and execute at a high level against Dallas. In terms of strategy for tomorrow night, there are 3 critical areas that the Raiders need to focus on to have a shot at victory. First, establishing an offensive rhythm is crucial. We've seen glimpses of what this offense can do when it clicks, especially in games where early drives set the tone. The Raiders need to prioritize the run game with Ash and Jenny, keeping defenses honest and opening up opportunities for play-action passes. The team also needs to utilize Brock Bowers more effectively, as he's the number 1 weapon on the offensive side of the ball. Even when defenses double-team him, finding ways to get him involved will keep the offense dynamic and challenging to defend. Capitalizing on favorable situations on 3rd downs and in the red zone is non-negotiable. Penalties and missed opportunities have plagued this team in the past, and that cannot continue. Every player has to do their job, from Jack Besh to Dante Thornton, because lapses in execution can derail the momentum the Raiders work so hard to build. Second, special teams performance will be a deciding factor in this matchup. Early in the season, this was not the area that drew the most concern, but it has become evident that special teams can make or break close games. Containing Dallas on returns, ensuring clean punts, and having kicker Daniel Carlson make every kick are essential elements. Missed kicks, blocked punts, and blown coverages have cost the Raiders dearly in previous contests. And tomorrow night, there can be no mistakes. Special teams may not get the glory, but in a tightly contested game, they're just as important as offensive drives or defensive stops. The Raiders must execute flawlessly in these moments to give themselves the best chance at pulling off an upset. Finally, the defense needs to maintain high energy and stay disciplined. Against the Denver Broncos, the defense was largely effective, keeping the team in the game and limiting scoring despite a few costly moments caused by special teams. Facing the Cowboys will be a tougher challenge, given the multiple weapons they have at their disposal, from Javonte Williams to CeeDee Lamb. Pressure on Dak Prescott, forcing him into uncomfortable throws, creating turnovers, and shutting down the run game will be critical. The Raiders have shown the ability to bend without breaking, and carrying that mindset into this game will be crucial. Consistent pressure and smart coverage could provide the momentum swings necessary to tip the game in Las Vegas' favor, and every defensive play counts when facing a high-powered offense. As we look at individual players who could make the difference, Brock Bowers stands out as a key offensive weapon. His ability to create big plays has been apparent in past games, and fully utilizing him will be essential for moving the chains and scoring points. Then there is Isaiah Poole, who has the opportunity to make game-changing plays on defense. His awareness, positioning, and ability to capitalize on errors will be tested against the Cowboys' skilled receivers. Poole's performance could swing momentum and energize the team, providing critical stops and maybe even forcing turnovers that lead to scoring opportunities. Finally, quarterback Geno Smith's performance under pressure will largely determine the outcome. He has had a frustrating season at times, but when he is in rhythm and making smart decisions, he can lead this offense to success. How he responds to the Cowboys' defense, handles the pass rush, and manages the pocket will set the tone for the team's chances. The combination of executing the run game, involving key receivers, and protecting the football is essential if the Raiders hope to come away with a victory. On the offensive side, Geno Smith's pocket presence will be tested like never before. Dallas brings multiple blitz packages, disguise coverages, and physical cornerbacks, all designed to confuse quarterbacks and force mistakes. Smith must remain poised, manage the pocket effectively, and make quick decisions to avoid turnovers. The run game will be critical here. Establishing Ash and Jenny on the ground will prevent the Cowboys from stacking the box and will make play-action passes more dangerous. Brock Bowers will need to be involved early, not just as a safety valve, but as a primary weapon who can make contested catches and convert critical third downs. If the Raiders can feed Bowers the ball and keep the offense balanced, they give themselves the best chance to sustain drives and put points on the board. Every possession counts in a matchup like this, and maintaining offensive pressure from start to finish could make the difference between a win and another tough loss. Turning to defense, the Raiders' secondary will face one of their stiffest tests of the season. The Cowboys have a diverse and explosive receiving core, and it will be on Isaiah Poole and the rest of the defensive backs to limit big plays and force Prescott into uncomfortable situations. Pressure from the front seven, combined with smart coverage from the secondary, could disrupt the rhythm of Dallas offense. Turnovers are a game changer, and if the Raiders can force a few, it could swing momentum heavily in their favor. The Raiders need to play disciplined, aggressive defense, staying in their assignments, stopping the run, and taking advantage of any mistakes the Cowboys make. This is where energy, focus, and preparation intersect. A high-energy defensive performance can lift the entire team and energize the crowd, especially in a primetime game where every play is magnified. Special teams cannot be overlooked either. Daniel Carlson must make every field goal and extra point, and coverage units must prevent big returns and limit field position advantages for Dallas. The Raiders have had their struggles in this area, and tomorrow night is no exception. A solid showing on special teams can be the difference in a tight game, providing the offense with favorable field position and keeping the opponent from building momentum. Clean execution here is not optional, it is essential. A single misstep on special teams could undo everything the offense and defense have worked to accomplish. Looking at the players most likely to influence the outcome, Brock Bowers is an obvious candidate. His ability to win contested catches, convert critical downs, and make plays after the catch can change the course of the game. If he is properly utilized, he could be the difference maker that keeps drives alive and forces the Cowboys to adjust their defensive strategy. Isaiah Poole also has a huge opportunity to shine. His instincts, speed, and awareness can lead to critical stops, forced fumbles, and even interceptions that give the Raiders a short field and scoring opportunities. Hull's performance could not only swing momentum, but also energize the defense and the entire stadium, especially if he makes a big play at a critical moment. Geno Smith's performance remains the most pivotal factor. He has the skill to lead the offense, but he must stay composed under pressure, protect the football, and make accurate throws. The offensive line, running game, and receiving weapons all need to operate in sync for Smith to have the chance to shine. Every drive, every play, and every decision matters in this matchup. Momentum swings can come quickly in primetime football, and the Raiders need to maintain focus and intensity from the opening kickoff. If the offense establishes a rhythm, the defense plays disciplined football, and special teams execute flawlessly, there is no reason Las Vegas cannot compete and come away with a much-needed victory. Winning tomorrow night would not just be about the record. It would be about pride, confidence, and proving that Raider Nation remains resilient no matter the adversity faced throughout the season. This is the kind of game where veterans step up, young players make their mark, and the coaching staff adjust to exploit weaknesses. The mental aspect of this game is just as important as the physical. Raider Nation has endured a tough stretch, but the team knows the importance of playing with heart, grit, and determination. Every fan in Allegiant Stadium tomorrow night will feel the intensity, and the players on the field will feed off that energy. The chemistry between the offense and defense, the ability to respond to adversity, and the execution of fundamentals will define the outcome. If the Raiders can stay disciplined, avoid costly penalties, and capitalize on key opportunities, they have a real shot at pulling off an upset. This is more than a game. It is a chance to reset, gain momentum, and remind everyone why Raider Nation never quits, regardless of the standings or past struggles. In the end, it will come down to focus, execution, and heart. Each player must rise to the occasion, from the offensive line holding strong, to Brock Bowers making clutch catches, Isaiah Poole creating defensive plays, and Geno Smith leading the offense efficiently. The defense must maintain energy and discipline. Special teams must deliver without mistakes, and every member of this team must play their role to perfection. This is the kind of high-stakes environment that tests a team's character and resilience. Raider Nation knows the importance of this matchup, and the players have the opportunity to rise above the challenges and leave a lasting mark on this season. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers are swirling through NFL circles, and if they turn out to be true, the league could be witnessing one of the most talked about moves of the season. Word on the street is that SHEDUR Sanders, the highly touted quarterback whose college career has been followed with intense scrutiny, has made a decision that could shake up the professional ranks. He has allegedly accepted an irresistible offer from the Las Vegas Raiders. Sources close to the situation claim that Sanders, who has long been courted by multiple franchises, was recently presented with a proposal that left little room for hesitation. While the exact terms remain under wraps, insiders suggest that the offer combines both financial incentives and a strategic role that would allow Sanders to step into a system tailored to his strengths. A dream scenario for a young quarterback trying to make his mark in the league. The buzz is intensified by Sanders' unique position as the son of an NFL legend, a factor that has kept fans and analysts alike on their toes, debating where his talents could flourish best. Some speculate that joining the Raiders could give him the perfect platform, an organization known for high-octane offenses and a willingness to gamble on promising quarterbacks. Others wonder how he will mesh with a team seeking stability and leadership under center. Regardless, the chatter is impossible to ignore. A major decision appears to have been made, and the Raiders might just be the beneficiaries. Social media has been ablaze, with fans dissecting every hint, every cryptic post, and every offhand comment from team executives. Rumors suggest that discussions between Sanders' camp and the Raiders were intense, but the young signal caller reportedly impressed the franchise with his poise, preparation, and a vision for how he could lead an offense hungry for dynamic playmaking. Could this be the move that propels him into NFL stardom faster than anyone expected? The intrigue is palpable. While official confirmation has yet to surface, the murmurings are gaining momentum. NFL insiders are keeping a close eye, aware that if Sanders' decision is solidified, it could trigger a domino effect across the league, influencing draft strategies, free agency moves, and even the balance of power in one of the sport's most unpredictable divisions. One thing is certain. The story of SHEDUR Sanders and the Raiders has captured the imagination of fans, pundits, and executives alike, and the anticipation is reaching a fever pitch. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.